Translating ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs is an intricate task that requires a deep understanding of ancient symbols, their meanings, and their context. But could AI help unravel these ancient texts? Let's dive into how certain common hieroglyphic symbols are interpreted today, and how AI is stepping in to assist. While we can't yet rely on AI to provide a full and precise translation of ancient hieroglyphs, there are some symbols that we can confidently interpret based on centuries of study. Birds are one of the key symbols in Egyptian hieroglyphs. The falcon often represents the god Horus, the protector of the pharaohs, and a symbol of kingship. Meanwhile, the owl typically stands for the sound M, or is used to symbolize wisdom. Reed and lotus symbols, on the other hand, represent much more than just plants. They symbolize rebirth, creation, and the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. These natural symbols tell stories of the cycle of life and the balance of powers in ancient Egypt. Perhaps the most recognized of all, the Ankh is a symbol of life. It's seen in almost every ancient Egyptian text and artifact, representing not only physical life, but also the spiritual afterlife. Wavy lines like these often depict water, a life-giving force in Egypt, or they can represent the sound N. Water, of course, was central to Egyptian life, with the Nile flowing through the kingdom. When you see seated or walking human figures in hieroglyphs, these often refer to actions or divine figures. For example, a seated figure could depict a god or an important figure being honored. The Eye of Horus, or the Wadjet, is a symbol of protection, royal power, and good health. It's an icon of ancient Egyptian mysticism, believed to guard against evil and harm. Scepters and tools in hieroglyphs point to authority, professions, or ceremonial duties. These are symbols of power, often connected to the divine right of kings or important occupations like builders and priests. Ancient Egyptian writing often combines phonetic elements with ideograms, symbols representing sounds or entire concepts. AI can help recognize these patterns, but the meaning still depends heavily on the context. Let's take a closer look at the first line of this inscription. We see birds, wavy lines, and human figures. The birds likely represent gods, perhaps Horus, and the wavy lines suggest water. This could be describing a divine event or a story about creation. A reference to Horus, or a deity, and an event involving water or life creation. The second line prominently displays the Ankh, the symbol of life. Seated figures are also present, suggesting a declaration of life or health, possibly for a royal figure or a deity. A declaration of life or health, likely for a king, queen, or divine figure. In the third line, we see birds and plants, likely representing divine authority and creation. The combination of these symbols might suggest the flourishing of Egypt under divine protection. A description of Egypt's prosperity, unified and flourishing under divine rule. The fourth line features human figures holding tools or scepters, clear symbols of authority and professions. This suggests a ceremonial act or a representation of power being wielded by a priest or king. A ceremonial act conducted by a ruler or priest, symbolizing their authority. The fifth, sixth, and seventh lines further describe the divine favor and authority bestowed upon the rulers or priests of Egypt. Birds represent the gods, while human figures engage in ceremonial tasks, offering blessings for the kingdom. An invocation of divine favor, possibly describing blessings granted to a ruler. A ceremonial act of ruling, highlighting the ruler's divine authority and power. A depiction of offerings and rituals, connecting the ruler and priests with the gods. Using AI, we can quickly scan and identify these symbols, but the human touch is still needed to fully understand their deeper meanings. AI aids us by speeding up the process, but interpreting these texts requires a blend of technology and human insight. In summary, this inscription likely describes a royal figure, perhaps a pharaoh, connected to life, authority, and divine creation. The themes of water, plants, and divine power suggest a kingdom flourishing under divine protection. As AI continues to evolve, so too will our ability to decode ancient languages like Egyptian hieroglyphs. Together, technology and human expertise are bringing us closer to unraveling the mysteries of the past. Subscribe for more insights into ancient civilizations and modern technology.